All right, so part two of what I dislike about the fitness industry that is causing uh, eating disorders. Now, this is just again from my observation and my speculation and experience in this industry for a very long time. So we talked about in part one, if you want to check that out, about cheat days, cheat meals. I'm not a big fan of negative connotation. This is what I want to talk about. I am not a fan of the channels or social media platforms that promote these eating challenges. So the 10K challenges, the eating an entire menu challenge, and the whole aspect of that binge eating. The reason why I'm not a fan of it is because that is their main source of media content. And I understand that this is their job and they're trying to bring entertainment. However, they are catering it in the fitness industry because a lot of these are going to be fitness fanatics or people who are bodybuilders, typically bodybuilders, right? So bodybuilders, men's physique, women's physique, women's fitness, bikini, those type of people who emulate those who are on an upper echelon level. Okay. So they're just, again, not doing it for a purpose. Whereas, like I said in the last video, these upper echelon bodybuilders, they're doing it during a competitive strategy and for a glycogen replenishment. So they need to refill their muscles and their energy to make them nice and full and reduce the amount of catabolism, the breakdown of muscle tissue, specifically as they're dieting. Okay. So there are certain things called metabolic resets or maybe diet breaks, but again, we're not talking about that. We're talking about these people who are doing extremes. And I'll bring up some examples for you. So like if you go on Instagram, actually I go on, let's go to Instagram first. So this one kid, very well known, he does a very good job with videos and his content. However, all his content, right? He is like a marathon or like an endurance athlete. I think he's trying to do an Ironman, but he likes to cycle, run, and such. So he does try to promote fitness. He also is very somewhat transparent. Again, we're only as transparent as what we see in social media, so we don't really know. We don't know the whole backstory. and some of these eating challenges, it's like you think that he does this, and he does it with, like he does it. Man, what am I trying to say? He promotes this, like all this food, right? So you're talking like 13 pounds of food and such that he's actually fitting it all in his stomach at one time, right? I mean, your stomach's the size of your fist, right? It has some stretching capabilities. However, he is supposed to be a competitive eater. I don't really know if he competitively eats. There's a guy here in Tampa that competitively eats, but I don't really know if I'm pretty sure that he doesn't compete. So he does these for entertainment purposes and for YouTube. Obviously, this is how he gets his money. But again, this is his whole page, man. And he has, how many followers? 157,000 followers on here, but on YouTube, this is where his main channel is, Eric the Electric. So he has 1.81 million subscribers. Now, that is a lot of eyeballs, and especially they're going to be young children, teenagers and such, whether they be in fitness or not in fitness, or maybe on a weight loss journey. That's a lot of eyeballs, man. And that's a lot of confusion within the health industry and just your habits and lifestyle. Okay. Now, he does a different channel that he explains like his health, and he does blood work. And on the other days that he's not doing these challenges, he's like, really clean eating, clean carbs, moderate sodium, enough to give him enough performance, but he does do a lot of activity. So his activity expenditure is very, very high. So on a weekly basis, he's probably in a calorie surplus or calorie maintenance whenever he hits these challenges, right? Now, again, we're going to go back to like, I don't like this because this is giving like if you have someone who's dieting, and they are eating well 5 days or 6 days out of the week, but then they have this craving or this urge, this dopamine fix that they need, and they get it, and they have to get it from food. They're going to be watching these videos. They think there's no repercussion from this. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to gain body fat. You're not going to gain like 10 pounds of fat. Let's say you gain 10 pounds at the end of the day of water and poop, right? So that's not all fat, right? So that can go away. However, that creates a metabolic disruption in your gut, right? And that's going to not only impede on how well your gut is digesting its food, also the bacterial ratio. So you don't want that gut dysbiosis, so that imbalance of good and bad bacteria in your small intestine and in your colon and in your large intestine. So you want that to be good. But it also has an effect on your mood. Again, you're getting that dopamine fix, but also the regression that you might have on your mental outlook, on the diet. It's not going to be sustainable. That's why there's so many people that lose weight, but then they gain it back, and they lose weight and they gain it back, and they lose weight and they gain it back. There's an issue with that, okay? And your gut plays with your brain. It's the gut-brain axis. And doing these food challenges disrupts that. And so if you can find balance, I'm not saying that you don't ever have to not eat a donut again, or you don't have to, like, you can't eat birthday cake on someone's birthday. No, that's what I'm not saying. I'm saying that you setting aside these binges or these cheat days, these binging days, meals, that's what's bad, because you're setting up this reward system, and it's not a good reward system. That would be like telling a kid, hey, like if you make your bed every single day on the Monday through Saturday, on Sunday we're going to give you a toy. So the problem is that kid is always going to expect that. And what happens when he gets older? If he doesn't get that, he's going to buy it himself. Maybe he puts himself in financial distress. So we don't want that. We don't want to create that what was that Pablo effect, where you need a reward to do something. We don't want that. That's not going to be healthy in the long run. What is healthy is people who promote a better eating habit and a better lifestyle and give you information. And that's why I always love to listen to Mark Bell's Power Project. So Mark Bell, very, very brilliant. He has a lot of people on his podcast that have different minds, different opinions about health and nutrition and supplementation. I think Stan Efferding is very good. I think Greg Doucette, he has very good messages. However, Greg Doucette's voice is very annoying. But if you watch Greg Doucette's interviews with other people, he actually changes his voice back to what it normally sounds like, which is very bearable to listen to, and he puts across good information. So that's the other aspect, or the other variable in social media that is not helping the industry. It's not helping the younger kids growing up. There needs to be a standard set of at least knowledge, of fundamental knowledge. And just from my interactions with a lot of people, they don't even understand macronutrients, calorie intake. They don't understand calorie expenditure. They don't understand metabolic expenditure for just your resting metabolic heart rate versus your needs. They don't understand the EPOC, post-exercise energy consumption. They don't understand a lot of things, right? And just understanding the fundamentals is going to be like putting the foundation on your house. They're trying to put the roof on top of the house before the house even has a foundation and walls. And to entertain their mind, and that they should go and do this, and that they would not be able to hurt their diet, that's false. So you can't go and say, if you eat healthy, one day is not going to mess you up. Well, we don't know that. Physiologically, probably not. Maybe the sodium hurts your kidneys. I don't know. Could be a genetic thing. But you don't know that person's mental outlook. That person could be recovering addict from a food eating disorder. That's not going to be healthy for them. Putting them around that situation isn't going to be healthy for them. Putting yourself around that situation to watch those videos is not going to be healthy for you. Now, putting yourself in the situation of social events and where you need to choose to eat something in front of people, guess what? There's a lot of people that have other diets and other habits of eating. So a lot of people intermittent fast, a lot of people 24-hour fast, a lot of people are vegans, a lot of people are carnivores. And they all have, whatever like issues that they have on their own. So don't feel frightened or scared or less purposed if you can't, or if you don't want to eat that French fry, or burger with your friends or wings. Maybe you want to get a salad with grilled chicken. You know what? That's fine. That's actually great, because if you know that that's going to trigger you either binging and just kind of say F the rest of the diet, or you having just very terrible attitude, just feeling very depressed afterwards, that can lead to a lot of other situations. And then depression can also cause gut dysbiosis. Like, again, man, the way that we think, the way that we process, it's going to affect our gut. And really, we should be focusing on our gut health. So within this fitness industry, again, outside of whatever other, enhanced athlete is, I'm not bringing that up right now. I'm strictly talking about habits and how these food relationships that we have is very detrimental to our health, not only mental but and physiological, but not for ourselves, but like for the generations coming up. And hopefully, that's what I'm trying to get across. I'm going to have a part 3 on this as well. And just to let you guys know, on my Instagram, this is kind of the things that I pop up on there. So we have meal number 1. How do I stop this thing? So that was meal number 2, right? So meal number 2, beef, rice, and then I prettied it up with some barbecue sauce and some seasonings. This is my son. He had a meal. He had grilled cheese, mandarin oranges, and Fairlife protein drink. That's one of his meals for the day. A lot of snacks, but chilling and watching TV. Meal number 3, we have 8 ounces of 97.3 beef, sauteed spinach and mushrooms, 4 ounces goat cheese, and then I ate 300 grams of blackberries before eating this meal, because Chase Irons had an idea of eating fructose, your fruits, before your main meals, because they can pull water into your intestines, and so maybe it won't cause a issue with digestion of your food. That was me washing my car today. Meal number 4, this is going to be 6 ounces of chicken tenderloin and 300 grams of rice. Okay. And I do a meal number 5. Meal number 5, we have 30 grams of whey casein blend. This is what I had just recently. 20 grams of collagen. It's a multi-blend, 5 different types of collagen. 1 medium banana that's frozen. 200 grams of blackberries squished in there. And then I didn't post my meal number 1 because that was going to be before the gym. I woke up, around 6:30, but starving. And I had 25 grams of whey protein isolates, 20 grams of multi-collagen, 150 grams of blueberries that's frozen, throw it in the blender, ice, and then also threw in a carb powder demo day. Again, has a little bit of other ingredients in there. Really awesome, Action Sledge. But that's my meals for today. And I'm probably, it's 9:37 right now. I'm probably going to eat something else. But I don't have cravings since I've been eating this way, for years now. But before, man, if I start eating freaking cereal, like, I'm putting myself in a bad position. If I start eating anything else that's kind of outside of that, I'm putting myself in a bad position, and I don't feel good. And that's not good for myself, and it's not good for my family and those that I'm around, to put myself in a bad mood based on what I'm eating. I don't like that. I do use supplements to help with my digestion. I can go over that if you like. So if you'd like to leave a comment, share this with others who may be struggling with their eating habits or eating patterns. Maybe they feel like they can't go out to places with their friends or events and socialize, that they're trying to stay on a meal plan. We can bring meals with us, no problem. A lot of people do that nowadays. It's not uncommon. You know, vegans do it all the time. If they're going somewhere, they're like, oh, I brought my own meal with me, or they make special requests. So it's not something ordinary anymore. You don't have to feel isolated. You don't have to feel alone. And yeah, I'm here to answer any questions or give any suggestions or hear any suggestions that y'all have. So like, share, comment, subscribe. Be back with part 3. There's going to be a few other things that just kind of are making the water a little murky for how our fitness industry is promoting food relationships. All right.